resting. Somebody once said, and many other people since have said, a change is as good as a rest. But a rest is as good as a change if you do it properly. So we've got this whole work, play, rest, mind, body, spirit triangulation thing going on, where ultimately we have to find balance within that triangle, or something has to give, right? What is rest? It's a state of non-doing, a state of being that is undisturbed. Regeneration, recuperation, filling up the cup. Some people work too much. Some people refuse to work. Some people play too much. Some people haven't got a clue about playing. For the past 38 years of my life, i.e. all of it on this earth, I have managed to find rest in the strangest of places, because necessity is the mother of invention. I can rest anywhere because my conscience is clear. Nothing hangs heavy on my heart. Well, nothing that I have done. So actually, and I suspect it's down to being in fight or flight mode and some sort of superficial attempt to be in control of my nervous system. I learned the skill of resting by drinking coffee somehow. I can find movement in the stillness and stillness in the movement. That's what it means to be centered. I wouldn't recommend going to extremes if you can help it. But true relaxation lying down is a statement of intent. It can be quite difficult as a human to lie down though, because when you lie down, the body wants to be still, but the mind maybe can't. So you will remember things that might need to be done. How can I rest when there's washing up to do? Well, can you rest while doing the washing up? If the answer's no, then you're better off lying down, right? To be in the present moment, to be fixated on what is in front of us, the task at hand, is to be alive outside of time and space, outside of personality and character. So if we are doing anything, we're best to be fully engaged in it. And then we can stop putting everything into this paradigm of good or bad, preferable or, not. When you start to do things that need to be done, as you become inspired to do them, nothing feels like a chore, even if the house seems to be turning into some sort of natural disaster site. You don't want to begrudgingly do anything in this life, because the energy of that, if you tidy the house because it's got to be done, then it will just fall into a state of disrepair again very quickly. So if you do something properly, the energy of that carries. I haven't been able to find much rest in human connection. Because I wasn't meant to. Because I was meant to find play. I was meant to spark that within myself. Because it's very difficult to trigger and catalyse certain aspects of yourself when you're on your own. And I've been on my own. So, but mostly, human relating and connection has been a battlefield, training ground, school, very much work, but not work like, really wish I didn't have to do this. It's more like, well, it's got to be done, and I know I can trust me to do this, whatever that means, right? To be who I am in this world. I have carry, will continue to carry a very specific energetic frequency that is employed by God, the universe, life, in a very particular way. I've really failed to see my true face in the mirror for many years. For the majority of that time, I wasn't even looking, I wasn't even trying. I was scared of my own face. I was scared of the possibility of actually having power, responsibility, living comfortably, living a satisfied life. And it's because deep down I knew what that would mean. The implications of that are that many things, many people, many places have come and gone. In order for me to elevate, in order for me to see who I am, I've had to see a lot of who I am not. And I don't miss it. There was nothing missing from me. After a certain amount of time of calling on God, being obedient, speaking and listening, communicating with our Creator, after a while, you develop an unshakable faith, a feeling of being held as opposed to being held in place. There is no rest for the wicked, because for the wicked, they refuse to do any work and they'd rather just play. That is a very, very wonky pyramid. Really unstable foundations. So, it is playtime. The children are coming out to play because we've been working hard and we need to get some rest in order for the next work that's coming, which is vastly different, and it's not going to feel like work at all. The mission is peace. And we've already completed the assignment.